Alex, thank you. We go to Oklahoma, a state known for its weather extremes, from major blizzards to devastating tornadoes. The Sooner State has literally seen it all, and it takes a network of stations to keep an eye on this ever-changing weather. This week, that network marked a major milestone. We are joined by Dr. Chris Fiebrich with the Oklahoma Mesonet. And Dr. Fiebrich, thanks for joining us. So this week, you have recorded your 5 billionth weather observation. When did you start, and tell us how often these observations are taken and available?
Yeah, well, this was a big occasion for us to hit 5 billion. The idea for the Mesonet was proposed back in the 1980s, and we got our network commissioned in 1994. So now we're just about hitting our 20th anniversary with 120 weather stations that report to us every 5 minutes around the clock.
Every 5 minutes. That's awesome. And I, of course, as a meteorologist, have looked at the observations. They're so useful. How many sites do you have?
We've got 120 weather stations. There's at least one in every county in Oklahoma.
And this Mesonet is very unique compared to the other types of observations we get. Normally, they're from National Weather Service sites, from airports. Talk about how this Mesonet was created and how it works.
Yeah, well, each of our stations, we try to put them out in rural areas so that they're as representative of the county as possible. And they transmit to us via VHF radio every 5 minutes to the National Weather Center here in Norman.
Now, let's talk extremes. Oklahoma, of course, known for its weather extremes. But you go to severe weather season, and during the El Reno tornado, one of your stations recorded an extreme wind gust there, and the site was damaged. Tell us about that.
Yeah, that was exciting. That was in May of 2011, and that was an F5 tornado at El Reno, passed just north of our Mesonet station. Luckily, it didn't hit it directly, so it didn't take the tower down, but we were able to record our state's highest ever record wind speed of 151 miles per hour with that storm.
Now, what about cold? Let's talk record cold. We know the town of Nowata, which is north of Tulsa, holds the record for coldest in the state.
Yes, back in February of 2011, with about a foot of snowpack in northeastern Oklahoma and really intense radiational cooling, our Nowata Mesonet station dropped down to minus 31 Fahrenheit, and that now set the record for the coldest ever observed in Oklahoma.
I'm curious how you fund keeping this Mesonet going.
Well, we're really lucky. We've got a really weather-aware state, and our state legislature has always supported us. In fact, just last session, they appropriated $1.2 million for us to virtually replace every sensor on our towers so that we're ready for the next 20 years.
Excellent. Dr. Chris Fiebrich, thank you so much for joining us, and congrats on your 5 billionth weather observation. We'll be right back on Weather Center Live with more on Winter Storm Electra.